Hello everybody and welcome back. Last time, after exploring a little bit more of Crossbone Isle, we managed to obtain the final gene of the game, and we also went through all of the ranks and the final tri-elemental classes. Today we're going to continue exploring Crossbone Isle and hopefully reach the end of it. So, as always, whenever we're near a closed door, be prepared. And our boss encounter here is the Earth Lizard. In this case we have two of them. They are both level 28, they have 1550 hit points, 48 synergy, 278 attack, 97 defense, 102 agility and 17 luck. Their elemental resistances are 193 Venus, 100 Mars, 25 Jupiter and 100 Mercury. And they have a Venus elemental power of 120 as well as a Mars elemental power of 95. They normally yield 545 experience points, which then becomes 708 if we finish them off with a Jupiter gene, and they drop 920 coins, which then become 1196, and they have a guaranteed drop of a Water of Life. As for their commands, they have the basic attack and there's an 11% chance of them using it. They have the Acid Blessing monster skill, which is a Mars attack with a power of 190, and it may lower a target's defense by 25%, has a range of 3, and there's a 34.4% chance of them using it. They also have the Clay Spire synergy with a 20.7% chance of them using it, the Quake Sphere with a 13.7% chance of them using it, the Mother Gaia synergy with an 11.3% chance of them using it, and the Cure Well synergy with a 9% chance of them using it. So for this fight in particular, I have changed Isaac to the Samurai class so I can just show off a few of the moves. And I'd like to correct a mistake. I think I mentioned in the previous video that Demon Knight is a single target attack. It is not. It has a range of 3. So I'm going to show off a few of them, but then I'm going to mostly use Helm Splitter because all of the other ones are, well, Rock Slide is basically Mother Gaia, Molten Bath is basically Eruption, and they are a bit too weak for these enemies. So I'm going to showcase Dragon Cloud, Demon Knight, and then I'm going to focus primarily on using Helm Splitter. And as I mentioned before, the Helm Splitter description says, paralyze a foe with a mighty blow. That is a mistake. The move itself cannot stun an enemy, it may instantly kill them. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and use Dragon Cloud and Demon Knight. And since Ivan is forced into another class by swapping gene, let's use Sonic Slash. And Mia can use Glacier, why not? So yeah, unfortunately Demon Knight is not particularly strong, but well, I wanted to show the animation, so there it is. And there we have Dragon Cloud, which is a bit better but still a bit lackluster. So, and there we have the Acid Blessing, and let's see, it dropped Garrett's defense and Mia as well. So, now that I showcase both Dragon Cloud and Demon Knight, I'm going to mostly focus Helm Splitter on one Earth Lizard and see if we can either kill him by racking up the damage or maybe getting the insta-kill effect. Mia can just heal everybody. So yeah, the Helm Splitter animation is pretty simple and straightforward. Sorry. These enemies in particular can be a bit annoying since they may spam Cure Well a bit too much, but they're not much more of a threat than the previous ones we encountered before. And I'm thinking that as soon as we're done with this fight, I may actually change Isaac back to his regular class, because I noticed that the Unleash from the Gaia Blade deals so much damage, and also having Ivan in a class in which he has access to high impact is helping things along quite a bit. So let's continue using Helm Splitter here. Alright, one down. So actually, let's go ahead and use Angel Spear, which as I mentioned before is basically high impact. to buff everybody up. And Mia can just use Wish just in case. So yeah. Even the animation is identical to High Impact. I know that based on what I've been saying about the Samurai class, it would almost seem like I'm downplaying it, but it is actually pretty useful, and having a class with all basically guard and a bunch of synergies that buff you is actually quite useful. So at least having one of your characters in the Samurai class, at least as a support, is never a bad idea. And it would become much more useful if we had access to the upgraded version of all these moves, which unfortunately we didn't. So that being said, let's go ahead and use regular attacks on the Earth Laser and see if we can take him out. There we got the Asura Unleash and the Titan Blade. Nice. Alright. Let's continue attacking and Mia can heal herself. And there we go. And we got some Water of Life. Alright, so before we proceed, I'm going to actually heal up because I know I'm going to forget otherwise. And here we have, as you may guess by that block, we have a puzzle involving the carry synergy. And we have a bunch of chests here that we actually, it will going to require us to go through this room a couple of times if we want to get all of them. So first off, I'm going to set a shortcut for carry. Alright, so let's see here first. There are 3 here, 2 chests, 1, 2, and there's another here. We can get 2 out of 3, but we cannot get all three of them in one go. So I'm going to wrong synergy. I'm going to get the first 2, and then we're going to exit the room and get the last one by going back. You can just push them down here. You don't have to use carry, since these platforms do not have a boundary set. So you can actually, if you wanted to, you can push the blocks down the pit, but of course we don't want to do that. Alright, and with that we have created a small platform to hop across. And we got the Wicked Mace. So let's inspect this new weapon. So of course it is an artifact weapon. It has an unleash called Poison Death. So this unleash deals an extra Venus damage of 53, and it may inflict the target with venom. So it is actually quite a useful item. However, of course it is cursed, so at the moment it is not particularly useful to us, but we'll keep it in mind. And now let's carry this one more. Sorry, yeah, I wasn't close enough. Carry it up here once more. There we go. And let's move it all the way here. One more. And now I was off by an inch. It should have activated nonetheless, but whatever. Now we can jump here, and we got a Psych Crystal. Pretty nice. So this, we cannot get the block down from there, so that's all for this particular round. So this is the way to proceed further. So we just move this one all the way to the edge of the pit, and then use carry. Alright. And we have one more chest. We have to move very close to the wall, and we have, of course, our 777 coins. How lucky. Let's move the log here, and let's go back and get the final chest. So in this case, all we have to do is just push this all the way here, and then use carry, so that we can create a passage here. And there we go. So this one was pretty fast. And for whatever reason, we have yet another lucky medal. Alright. So, with that out of the way, let's proceed. Alright. And before I forget here, and before I engage in the next battle, I'm going to throw the gym back around, so everyone is back at their starting classes. Alright, so as always, be prepared and let's go. So, here we have a new enemy, which is accompanied by 2 thunder lizards. We have a poison toad. It is level 34, it has 2250 hit points, no synergy at all, it has 363 attack, 97 defense, 93 agility and 20 luck. Its elemental resistances are 100 Venus, 25 Mars, 100 Jupiter and 175 Mercury, and it has a Venus elemental power of 95 as well as a Mars elemental power of 85. It normally yields 1732 experience points, which then become 2251 if we finish him off with a margin. It drops 2200 coins, which then become 2860, and it has a guaranteed drop of a water flag. As for his commands, he has a basic attack and there's a 20.3% chance of him using it. He also has the Acid Blessing monster skill with a 29.7% chance of him using it, the Rabbit Fang monster skill with a 39% chance of him using it, and finally the Rotten Blood monster skill with an 11% chance of him using it. So in this case, actually, though they are barely accompanying the boss, which will be the Poison Toad, the Thunder Lizards can be quite annoying, especially if they use their monster skill. So let's see if we can actually get rid of them as quickly as possible. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't. Oh, come on. It's done too. Oh, come on. Yeah. Well, that was lucky for us, I guess. Yeah, that sucked. So yeah, that's what I was actually worried about. Let's see if we can. I'll focus on one of them, but they have high Jupiter resistance, so this won't do much damage. Alright, we have one down. Hopefully some of our and Mia is poisoned. What else could go right here? Everything sucks. Alright, can I... no. Do we have any Jin? Let's use Flash, just so we can go through this turn. Do I have any items? Paralyze, Seal... nope. So I'm going to see if I can kill the Thunder Lizard. So yeah, as you saw, the biggest threat in this battle so far was the 2 Thunder Lizards. Thank God Flash's ability is so broken. Alright, let's get Flashback. And let's start focusing. I'm going to start buffing everybody up, and Mia can just heal her. I haven't forgotten that she's poisoned, but I'm waiting for the right opportunity to heal her. Come on, Isaac. Alright, let's see. So let's focus here. High impact, and she has a decent amount of health, so I'm going to cure the poison. Alright. Alright, Isaac is back. So, Isaac and Garrett are going to attack, and Ivan is going to buff everybody, and Mia can heal everybody. Alright. Good amount of damage. Alright. One more round of standard attack should do it. Especially if we get the unleashes. 386. Alright. We have a bunch of EXP and some Water of Life. And here we have a room that, if you remember, is quite similar to the one in Fushin Temple, at least when it comes to the dragon statue. So we have a chest up here, but we're going to ignore it for now, and actually I'm going to set up a shortcut for the frost synergies, since we're going to be using it. Alright, let's go up here and jump across, and we can actually open this chest from behind. And of course we got 888 coins. Next we want to go down here and push this rock all the way so we can actually move the logs. I'm going to ignore this paddle for now and jump back across so that we can push this log. And now we can actually, let's use frost on this paddle and see what happens. So yeah, by creating the ice pillar that pulled up the lever that activated the fire on the dragon, and we can actually access the chest now. And what a prize it contained! We got a smoke bomb. I'm going to throw this away because at this point they're just taking up space. Alright. And now we can jump across, get down here, and push this one. And this chest has the Cleric's Ring. Now, this is one item that actually I want to inspect. Ring removes a curse effect. So, this is the item that I mentioned previously, a few episodes back, that actually gets rid of the effect of curses. Mind you, if you have this equipped, of course you can equip any curse item, like the Thunder Crown, but you will always still get the "You were cursed" line of dialogue. And even though you will not get the side effect, as in, for example, Garrett will not be immobilized randomly in combat, you cannot actually still remove the equipment. You still have to go to a sanctum to do that. So, if you're thinking about equipping, for example, let's say, a cursed weapon, like either the Wicked Mace or the Demon Axe, think it carefully, because once you choose one, you have to stick with it until you can get to a sanctum. So that being said, I'm not going to change the equipment on Garrett for now. So let's get this chest and let's proceed. Let's move this out of the way and let's continue. Let's see how's everybody looking. Let's actually heal up before we face what's coming next. Alright, so let's go. And here we have two Cerebus, which is a typo. It's actually a Cerberus. They are level 35. They have 2200 hit points, 42 synergy, 369 attack, 130 defense, 151 agility, and 22 luck. Their elemental resistances are 100 Venus, 25 Mars, 100 Jupiter, 175 Mercury. And they have a Venus elemental power of 95, a Jupiter elemental power of 95, and a Mercury elemental power of 115. They normally yield 1,863 experience points, which then become 2,421 if we finish them off with a margin. They drop 3,200 coins, which then become 4,160, and they have a guaranteed drop of a Psycrystal. As for the commands, they have the basic attack, and there's a 15.6% chance of them using it. They have the Double Fang monster skill with a 34.4% chance of them using it. The Ice Blessing monster skill with a 20.7% chance of them using it. The Wicked Howl monster skill with a 9% chance of them using it. The Ice Mist synergy with a 4.3% chance of them using it. And finally the Restore synergy with a 13.7% chance of them using it. So this one can be quite tough, and they're actually higher level than us for once. So let's be very careful. I'm going to employ the very same strategy of basically using high impact with Ivan, attacking with Garrett and Isaac, and occasionally healing with me. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Even though they mainly focus on Garrett, he didn't take that much damage. So just in case, I'm going to use Wish. Alright, and we also lower the defense. That will come in handy. That's okay. Hopefully it doesn't stun. Alright, fine. Okay. I believe this is the third high impact. And let's use Wishwell just to be safe. Alright, 376 damage, 204. Please don't stun Ivan. Alright. That was quite a lot of damage on Garrett. Luckily he has a ton of HP, so he should be fine. This should be the final buff. So after that, Ivan can just attack. Alright. And their defense is back to normal. So I wonder if I should mainly start focusing on the second one, seeing as how I do believe the Cerberus #1 is about to die, especially if we hit him with the Titan Blade. He should be dead. Yeah. Alright, so. Alright. Let's go all out on the second Cerberus. And Mia got her unleashed, nice. I wonder if we can get all 4 unleashes in one round. Well, I guess no. But 2 out of 4 is pretty good. Alright, we got it. And we got the Psycrystal. And this particular room, is also quite familiar. If you recall all the way back to Fushin Temple, we have the rolling logs here. Alright, so I should stop fooling around. So first we want to go up here, and we have a chest there. We can, up next we move this one and push this one all the way up, so we can free up the path and go down. And with this one we can get this chest, which has 999 coins. Next, let's move this one, hop down to this one, and we can continue on this floor. Before that, let's get this chest, which has a Water of Life, and let's not forget this one here, which has a Sleep Bomb. So let's go ahead and do, yeah. Alright, let's go back down, and before we leave this room, we have one more chest up there. So let's go ahead and get it. So first we want to move that log there, then this one, then walk all the way around. Actually first, yeah, this one first, sorry. And now we walk all the way around and push this one all the way here. We're almost done, I promise. And this one done. So now we just jump to this one, and we have a little bit of space to the left, so the log will just set up there. And this chest contains the Muramasa. So this is the final cursed weapon of Crossbone Isle. Let's inspect it. So it is a longsword, and it has an unleash called Demon Fire. So this unleash deals an extra 60 Mars damage, and it has the side effect that it may inflict the target with Haunt. So we have a choice between the Muramasa, the Demon Axe, and the Wicked Mace. I'm going to wait until next episode actually to make the choice, because there are a few things to consider. So that being said, let's proceed forward. And with that, we're finished with the regular dungeon floors of Crossbone Isle. Well, almost. We have one more challenge ahead of us, but I think I'll leave that for next episode. So we managed to almost finish up Crossbone Isle. Next time we're going to finish up everything that's left in the optional dungeon. So see you guys then.